Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 7, but the number appearing over here is 13. That is unconcerned because we are taking different questions from different books to understand different aspects of financial statement and its adjustment. As you can see that our topic is financial statement. We will make profit loss statement and balance sheet statement. The other thing which you will note that this chapter is related with adjustments. So there are two parts. Above elements are present regarding any organization, and here in lower part you will have your adjustments. Secondly, we will see it again, and please be attentive and note that you have this heading, credit balance. I'm requesting you to be very attentive. All debit balances are given on left side, and upper part of right side is also debit balance, but here lower part of right side is credit balance, this heading. So we can consider that above elements are present in trial balance because debit and credit are segregated. So what we will do, these adjustments would be entered in profit loss and balance sheet statement as our first step, and then we will enter all elements present in trial balance. It is our usual practice. So this was brief introduction. I'm very hopeful that you people have understood what we are going to do today. We are now ready to start our questions. So let's begin. First adjustment, interest on capital. Since interest on capital is part of operating expenses, so here interest on capital you will write down. For that purpose you need amount of capital. Let's go back to the trial balance, and here the last element is capital 147,900. Just put down 147,900. Now we need what percentage is required to be calculated. 5% is given in your adjustment, so simply you will be multiplying it with 5 divided by 100. What we have done is interest on capital. Once again I'm telling you, you have taken capital 147,900 and then you will multiply it with 10. 5, it is 5 and divided by 100. Interest on capital is calculated. Once again we are going to our trial balance. 147,900 was capital. Here you can see 147,900 and 5% you have calculated. Alright guys, first effect has been completed. So for next effect you will go to liability side, and here as usual you will write capital, then you will subtract drawings if they are, but right now we are concerned with interest on capital, so it would be added interest on capital. How much amount you have calculated? 7395. This was interest on capital. So two effects are completed. One at operating expenses, second you have calculated and added in the capital of fixed liability side. Another understanding you may create, since it's an interest, it can be written on other expenses as well. Alright guys, first adjustment has been completed. Now next, in insurance paid in advance. Insurance, again it's your operating expense, so you will mention insurance here. Prepaid should be subtracted, so here you will write prepaid insurance. Now let's see how much amount of prepaid insurance is. That is 450. Just mention 450 in first column, and secondly you will go to your current asset side. For second effect, here you will write prepaid insurance, and you will mention the amount, that is 450. Alright guys, two adjustments have been completed, interest on capital and prepaid insurance. Now third, provision for bad debts. Alright, for that purpose you will go to operating expenses. There you will mention bad debts. Then you will add additional bad debts if they are present in adjustment. Then you will add new reserve. Then you will subtract old reserve. Alright, since it's a new reserve, you will calculate over here. And secondly, we will now read how to calculate this provision. Provision for bad debts to be maintained 5% on debtors. Alright, for that purpose, you will come to current asset side, and here first you need to mention sundry debtors, and then you will subtract additional bad debts if they are, and then you will subtract new reserve. And as you know, in our adjustment you have seen that no additional bad debts are mentioned. It is provision for bad debt. Additional bad debts are not present from 1 to 6. So we are now open to write 0 over here, no additional bad debts. Now let's see how much amount of debtors is mentioned. Debtors are given over here. Amount is 102,000. So here 102,000 was the amount of debtors. 102,000. Alright guys, now we are needed to calculate new reserve, and once again I'm telling you 5% of sundry debtors is required to be written. Debtors are 102,000, and you will multiply it with 5 and divided by 100. How? Amount of debtor was 102,000, and you have multiplied it with 5 and divided by 100. So new reserve has also been calculated. Okay. Now you are able to calculate final amount of debtors on second column, but right now first effect has been completed in asset side, and second effect you will come over here. Look at here, new reserve. So 5100 can be written over here. I'm telling you once again, this was third adjustment, provision for bad debts. It should be subtracted from debtors. You can see 102,000 was amount of debtors, and you have calculated reserve 5% upon this amount of debtors. When new reserve was calculated, we have gone to indirect side and operating expenses. There you have mentioned debtors too. So 5100 asset side, 5100 indirect side. It means we have completed third adjustment. Now closing stock is your fourth adjustment. For this, direct side would be chosen. There you will write your opening stock. Then you will add purchases. You will subtract returns if they are present. Then you will subtract closing stock. So here we have amount of closing stock 1,777,50. First effect is completed, 1,777,50. Now you will go to current asset side, and here you will mention closing stock, amount of which is 1,777,50. So you have seen that step by step we are completing all our adjustment. 4 adjustments have been completed. Now fifth adjustment, depreciate plant and furniture. There are 2 depreciation. So you will go to operating expense. Here you will write depreciation of furniture, and you need to calculate it. For that purpose, we will go upward and see how much amount of furniture is. And look at here, this is furniture, 27,000 is your amount. So here 27,000 you will mention for your furniture. Amount of furniture 27,000. And secondly, look at here, furniture 15% depreciation is needed to be calculated. So here you will calculate 15%. So multiply by 15 divided by 100. Once again, I'm telling you 27,000 was amount of furniture. You have multiplied it with 15 divided by 100. Depreciation of furniture has been calculated. Next step, you will go to fixed asset side, and here first you will mention your furniture, that was 27,000, and then you will mention your depreciation which you have just calculated. Here in indirect side, this is amount of depreciation upon furniture. Same would be mentioned in fixed asset side, and you will name it what? This is your depreciation, and ultimately it would be subtracted. Now second depreciation is plant and machinery. Again you will come at indirect side and depreciation plant and machinery. We don't have sufficient space, so abbreviation we are using. Now for that purpose, let's go back to trial balance, see how much amount of plant and machinery. We have got plant and machinery, that is 45,000. So here you will mention 45,000, and now you will be applying the rate of depreciation which is mentioned in adjustment. Plant and machinery 10%. So here you will calculate 10%. Once again, I am telling you 45,000 was amount of plant and machinery. You have multiplied it with 10 divided by 100. 10% depreciation is calculated. First effect is completed. Similarly, you will go to fixed asset side, and here you will mention plant and machinery. Amount of plant and machinery is 45,000. So here you will write 45,000, then you will subtract depreciation which you have just calculated. Let's see how much amount of depreciation you have calculated. That was 4,500. Depreciation plant and machinery, same you will be mentioning it on fixed asset side. In this way, guys, there were two types of depreciation: depreciation on plant and machinery, depreciation on furniture. Both depreciations are written on operating expenses subtracted from fixed asset. In this way, fifth adjustment has also been calculated. Now for sixth adjustment, this is unconventional adjustment. Normally it is not present in usual questions, so this is very interesting, and I am requesting you to please be attentive to understand the effect of sixth adjustment. Manager is entitled to a commission of 10% of net profit after charging. This word please underline on your books: after charging such commission. So whenever you will see that commission is charged before net profit, look at here, on net profit after charging such commission, it means net profit would be calculated after, and this commission would be charged before calculation of net profit. But since, once again please understand, 10% on net profit, and we have not calculated net profit up till now. It means first we will calculate net profit, and that net profit would be calculated without this adjustment. So here let me know, when sixth adjustment you will not enter in your question, and you are required to calculate net profit. Without sixth adjustment, would you be able to calculate accurate answer? So obviously, when you will use your common sense in question, when you will not apply sixth adjustment, you will not be able to calculate accurate net profit. So that would be a dummy net profit. For the time being, we are leaving it. First we will calculate our gross profit, then we will calculate our dummy net profit. And then as third step, we will see what we will have to do for sixth adjustment. All right. So for that purpose, we are going back to our trial balance. And now it's time to put all elements present in trial balance to have our fulfillment of question. So first drawings 18,000. You will go to liability side here, and these are drawings. Drawings amount of drawings 18,000. So here you will mention 18,000. Single effect because it's present in trial balance. Drawings okay. Interest on loan 675. So you will go to other expense side, and here you will mention interest on loan, and we will write on lower cell interest on loan 675. I will let you know why we are writing to the lower cell 675. Have you noted it down what I have said? Interest is loan on row over here, but amount we are writing in lower row. Why? Because there would be possible some adjustment of interest on loan. So we will wait. Cash in hand is your current asset. So here you will mention cash in hand. Amount of cash in hand is 1650. So here 1650 you will write. After cash in hand, we have cash at bank. Again, it's also your current asset. Cash at bank. Amount of cash at bank is 26250. 26250. Cash at bank has been written, and after that furniture 27,000. I hope we have written already furniture. Here you can see amount of furniture 27,000 is already mentioned. Next, plant and machinery 45,000. This is also written over here. 45,000 plant is completed. After which we have opening stock, and that is 90,000. So we will go to cost of goods sold. 90,000 is your opening stock. Okay, we have entered opening stock. Now purchase returns are already subtracted. 346,500. So 346,500 amount of purchases, and then we have manufacturing wages, direct expense. Over here you will mention manufacturing expense, it's your direct expense, and amount of which is 45,000. 45,000. Manufacturing spelling, let's correct it. Although we accountants, we don't bother about spelling, we are concerned with the amount, but better is to write accurately. All right, so where we were, manufacturing wages written. Salaries are your indirect expense, so here you will mention salaries, and amount of salary 25,950. 25,950. You can see that the main part of this question, or more than 50% importance of the matter, is to write accurate amount. Even if you are forced to see the amount for more than once, or 2 times or 3 times, do it, because a single amount will ruin whole question. So it is better to see carefully the amount of, you can see that I write English element first, then I get back to the amount. It may be possible I read salaries and write 25950 collectively, but taking care of the amount is more important. So English I have written as first step, then I get back to see how much amount is, then I pick the amount and write. Rent and taxes part of, okay, rent is not written, so you will write rent over here. Amount of rent is 7200, so here 7200 would be written. Okay, 25950 was the amount. Better place is second column, remain deleted. So salaries and rent we have written, after which discount allowed. So you will go to other expenses, and here, okay, so we need little more space over here. So let's in, and here we have got the line. Now interest on loan 675 we have just written over here. The next thing we want to enter is discount allowed. For that, how much discount allowed is 10,200. Just put 10,200. Uh-oh, where here is 10,200. Okay, discount allowed we have entered. Now repair. Repair is part of operating expenses. So you will mention repair over here. So how much amount of repair is 2700. Here you will write 2700. And then we have insurance 900. Insurance I think we have mentioned, yes, this, but again typographically not written. Insurance, now we will see how much amount of insurance, 900. Just put 900 as your insurance. Alright guys, this side, left side has been completed. Last element was insurance. Now we are going to right side. Bad debts amount is 6150. Look at here, 6150, and we have already mentioned. Here we have 6150 as bad debts. After bad debts, we have trade expense. This is also part of operating expenses. So trade expense, let's see how much amount is, that is 7200. So here you will write required amount. Rent was also 7200. Okay, and amount of trade expenses also. Sundry debtors 102,000 already mentioned, and this is 102,000. Okay, then we have bill receivable. It's part of current asset. So here you will write bill receivable. Let's see how much amount. 11925. Here 11925 is amount of bill receivable. Then we have credit balance. Debit side is completed. Discount received. This is your other income. Here you will write discount received, amount of which is 7650. So here you will write 7650. After discount received, we have sales 492,000. So you can write 492,000. And you have seen that sales are given after deducting returns. So there are no returns. Final amount is 492,000. So you may think like this. Return are also mentioned that they have subtracted, no returns separately. Provision for bad debts 3,000. This is part of bad debt adjustment. Here old reserve is 3,000. Old reserve for bad debts. Provision, provide, reserve, allowance. All four names same. Then very interesting, 9% of loan, and you remember that 675 return was written on second line. 31st December is your last date, and you have taken this loan on 1st January 2005. So for full year, 9% is needed to be calculated. Loan amount is 15,000. So slowly we will start entering it. Here you will write amount of loan, and that loan was 15,000. And next is pretty important, 9% is to be calculated. So you will go to indirect side, and here we will calculate 15,000 is amount of loan, and you will calculate 9%. This is full amount of interest 1350, out of which interest on loan 675 has already been paid. Now we will see why we have chosen this second line. Please understand, this was total 1350 was total interest, 675 has already been paid. It means the difference of these two amounts is still payable. Alright, so here you will write add outstanding interest. Once again, I'm telling you, 9% was amount of interest, 675 was already paid, so 675, the difference between these two amounts is still payable. Now you will go to your fixed liability side, and here you will mention interest on loan 675, which was not paid yet. Okay guys, so this factor is also completed, where amount of loan was 15,000. You have mentioned over here amount of loan, and then you have calculated, look over here, 15,000, 9% was calculated, which was mentioned over here, 9%, 15,000. Bill payable, part of current liability. So bill payable, and you will write the amount of bill payable, which is 18,750. 18,750 was the amount. After bill payable, we have sundry creditors, same place, and you will mention sundry creditors, amount of sundry creditors 90,000. So here we will write 90,000 of amount of creditors. Okay guys, then we have capital 147,900, and you will mention over here 147,900. Capital is also written. So guys, you can see that This was last element present on right side of your trial balance. What does that mean? All elements present in trial balance entered, all adjustments except this 6. I'm sure that you remember that we have left this 6th adjustment. So it means 5 adjustments are entered, all elements present in trial balance they have entered, only this 6th adjustment is due to be entered and we are waiting for the dummy net profit. So first you will calculate your gross profit, and since no returns are present separately, this is net sales. Now you will calculate your initial part of cost of goods sold statement, opening stock, there are no returns, plus closing stock. First part of cost of goods sold entered, and then you can see that manufacturing expenses are noted down. We are now open to calculate final cost of goods sold, where first part of cost of goods sold plus all direct expenses. So cost of goods sold has been calculated, and look at here, your answer of gross profit is 188,250, and we have got 188,250. Gross profit is calculated. After which we will start calculation of net profit. For that you need to complete your amount for adjustment. First amount of insurance you need to subtract prepaid. Here we have second amount. Now we are ready to finalize our bad debt adjustment, where bad debts and plus additional bad debts which are not present, you can see it's 0, then plus new reserve and minus old reserve 3000. Okay, this has been completed. 4050 was amount of depreciation, 4500 amount of depreciation on plant and machinery. We may write them in outer column. Salary is already written, so it means operating expenses side is completed. Let's take sum of all operating expenses. The selected area, you have seen that when you will take sum of these amounts, it would be sum of operating expenses. Operating expenses finalized, operating income is not present, 0, and then you have your other expenses. There are two other expenses, 10,200 and 1350. So in this way your other expense side is completed. Then we have other income side, which is 7650. All four elements are completed: operating expenses, operating income, other expenses, other income. So let's start calculation of dummy net profit. Please understand, it's dummy net profit, yet sixth adjustment is needed to be calculated. So first you will go to gross profit, then you will subtract operating expenses, then you will again subtract other expenses, and then you will add your other income. So this is your dummy net profit, 116,555. Okay, now this sixth adjustment we will be calculating, and this means manager is entitled to commission 10% on dummy net profit. This is your dummy net profit, and you will calculate your other interest. What was that? Manager is entitled to a commission. So upon here you will calculate manager commission. Its calculation is very interesting. You need to be focused. Here you will pick your dummy net profit, and how much your dummy net profit is: 111655. Interesting amount. 111655. So 111655, multiply it with 10. But please note it down, commission is charged after calculation. Whenever you will see after calculation, you will have to add amount of interest as well. So you will not divide it with 100, you will divide it with 110. Once again, I will tell you it why we have done it. So 10,604, 605 is your commission, manager commission. We will now calculate this operating expenses once again because sixth adjustment was not entered. So you will take sum of operating expenses again from here, manager commission to upward side 739. So this is your new amount of operating expenses. Okay guys, you can see our net profit is 106050 and here we have 106050. This is little different adjustment I am telling you once again. Okay, look at here. Whenever you see manager is entitled to a commission 10% on net profit, but after charging such commission. When it is after charging, first step, you will leave this adjustment. Second step, calculate a net profit without sixth adjustment. This would not be correct net profit. Whatever net profit you will calculate without sixth adjustment, you will take it and then this was your old or dummy net profit and you will take 10% in a way, multiply by 10 divided by 110. Why we have taken 110? Whenever you see it's after charging such commission, it means commission was supposed to be charged before calculation of net profit. That is why this commission was previously present in the net profit. So you have divided it with 110. So in this way, 2 out of 4 parts have been completed. Your net profit is ready. But one thing, this sixth adjustment second effect is needed to be written. So you will go to current liability side. Commission was not paid yet. And here you will write amount of commission which is 106050. 10605. Manager commission has been written, and second part you need to put your net profit over here, add net profit, and that was 106050. How we have taken this amount? Look at here, 106050 amount of net profit. This would be added in your capital. So after completion this fixed liability side, we are ready to calculate final amount. This was your capital. You need to add interest on capital, then you will subtract drawings, and then you will add net profit. So final amount of fixed liability side would be written over here. Okay, we need to calculate it again. Amount of capital plus interest on capital less drawings, then add net profit 243345, after which we have loan as well. Amount of loan 15,000 plus interest on loan. So in this way, two elements related to fixed liability side, and we will add both to get total amount of fixed liabilities. After that, let's take sum of current liabilities. So we have 119. No reserves are present, so you may write 0 over here. Finally, we are ready to calculate total amount of liabilities. So we are taking sum of these three: fixed liabilities, current liabilities, and reserve. And 378, 375, and here you can see 378, 375 is your amount of liability side. So 3 out of 4 parts are completed. We will now focus upon our asset side. And why we have not written the depreciation? It was supposed to be written over here. Okay, 4050 is furniture depreciation. 4050 furniture depreciation. And now we will say how much amount of plant and machinery depreciation. That is 4500. Okay. We will now calculate net amount of furniture less depreciation. Similarly, amount of plant minus depreciation. You have got these two amounts. Only two fixed assets. So what you will do, you will take sum of these two amounts to calculate total fixed asset. Prepaid insurance is written, and now net amount of debtors. Amount of debtor, subtract additional bad debts not present, subtract new reserve present. Alright guys, so it means we can now calculate total amount of current assets. We will take sum of all these amount. Guys, we have got total current asset, we have got total fixed asset. Investments are not present in your question, so you may write 0. So what total we have got? 378, 375. 378, 375. Have you seen that this question is solved directly? I'm honestly telling you, there was no editing, no break, direct question was solved. And you can see that without any editing, without any change of amount, we have got all our answers. I'm really and honestly, I'm really expecting the same way of solution of questions from your side. But how that would happen, how this goal would be achieved, when you will practice this question and other question for more than 3-4 times. When you will practice, you will see that you will be getting better and better by the passage of time. After practicing, if you see anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question quickly. So it's time to end our lecture. You have seen that this is your gross profit and this is your net profit, liability side total and asset side total. All four, 1, 2, 3, 4, all four parts are solved and answers of all four parts are matched. Alright guys, it's time to end our lecture. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.